Hey, Grandpa, catch!
Oh, up.
Catch!
One more. All right, go on and play now, all right?
Okay, Grandpa.
Every generation has one. The, where were you when you found out about X moment? And for my grandparents, it was when President Kennedy was shot. My parents was 9/11. For me, it happened when I was in college. It was March 2020. And 2019 ended and 2020 started. Things were pretty good. You know, the economy was good and unemployment was down. And I had a great gig as a bartender. You know, the hourly wage wasn't much, but the tips were great, and I needed the money to pay for school. And there was all this talk still about Russia and the elections again, but no one was worried they were going to take over our government, except for a few crazies sitting in their dark basements cleaning their guns. It was a presidential election year, but it seemed like it was always a presidential election year, one just kind of running into the next. The Democrats and Republicans were snarling back and forth at each other, and there was President Trump in the middle. But I had a job, was doing well in school, I had my own room in the dorm, girlfriend, great Wi-Fi. I was set. But early in the year, we first heard about the virus, right? Coronavirus. At first, there were all sorts of jokes about the beer. To show you how stupid people can be, you know, the sales of beer started to decline because people actually thought that had something to do with it. At first, no one here in the United States really paid attention. You know, we've been through this before. Most people were saying more people died every year from the regular flu. I'd been pretty lucky. I hadn't been sick all that winter. Some people in China got it first. I was never really sure where it came from. Some people said someone ate a bad bat. You know, my parents said a rock star when they were young bit a bat. And who the hell eats bats? Anyway, the president didn't seem too concerned. The news was playing it up, but they play up everything. Then, in February, things started cranking up. It was spreading all over the world. People on cruise ships were quarantined, which I couldn't figure out why they were griping, because I thought they liked being locked up in them anyway. And then Italy made everyone stay at home. My Uncle Vince is Italian. He did this really bad Marlon Brando impression from The Godfather all the time. Yeah, I couldn't imagine being locked away with him. Anyway, I was looking forward to spring break. Me and my friends were going to Mexico, huh? And then March came. The craziness started spreading like the virus. They canceled March Madness, the NBA, the NHL, baseball. They even canceled golf. People were running to the store, stockpiling toilet paper and bottled water like they were preparing for a nuclear war. They bought out all the hand sanitizer and cleaning supplies. Not because they needed it all, but in true greedy boomer fashion, they wanted to turn around and sell it on eBay for a profit. Now, the airlines canceled our flight to Mexico, and it looked like I was going to have to spend my spring break with my parents. That wasn't bad enough. They extended spring break and put the classes online. You know, I moved back into the dorm, had the job, good Wi-Fi, girlfriend was there. That was cool, yeah. Then it really went crazy. They kicked us out of the dorms, the government shut down the bar, I had to move back with my parents, and the college said I had to stay there for the rest of the school year. My professors are staring at a webcam reading a script like there's a kidnapper off camera with a gun to their head making them read a ransom. My girlfriend's on the other side of the country, and I am not getting a minute's break from my mother and father because they're working from home too. And when they're not on their computer for work, they are on Facebook, reacting to false reports and rumors their friends are posting when they're not posting false reports and rumors themselves. And my father, he kept screaming about his 401k and his retirement. I asked him why he wanted to retire from a job he could finish at home in 2 hours and then watch Netflix the rest of the time. I figured my generation would never have a pension plan or a 401k. You know, a friend of mine said his retirement plan was euthanasia. Well, for the most part, though, I was making it. My parents were always saying sitting in my room on my computer was going to ruin my life. Now I was prepared for it. I felt pretty confident. Even if we got the virus, we would survive it. And eventually, it would just work its way through. You know, it started in January and lasted about 2 months. I figured we could make 2 months. I was more worried about surviving my parents than the virus. Then it happened. I saw a couple of tweets one night. I thought it was bullshit. Most things on Twitter back then were bullshit. That's why they ended up eventually as an electric car sharing site. Went to bed, woke up, and saw it on a news site. I confirmed it with 2 more reputable sites. I wasn't my parents, and I believed everything that I read. And I found that it was true. It was total disbelief. I mean, I never thought it could happen. I remember it just like it was yesterday. March 2020. I'm laying in my bed, looking at the New York Times website, reading that Tom Brady had left the New England Patriots for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, we survived the virus, and the stock market came back. But football was never the same again.